Hey, what's new and exciting? It's Kevin O'Shaughnessy here to help you become a better guitar player. Sometimes that's going to mean diving into the mechanics of a particular technique. Other times it might mean learning something about reading music or maybe some basic music theory. Sometimes the things that other guitar teachers tell you you don't need are exactly the things you need to help you get to the next level, and that's where I'm here to help you out. So as you're probably aware, there's this AI band called the Velvet Sundown, and I thought I would throw in my 2 cents about their song Dust on the Wind. But before we dive into this, I want to let you know that I've got a free guide for you on how to sit properly with the guitar. If you've ever experienced neck pain, low back pain, wrist pain, particularly in your fret hand, it could very well be that you haven't learned how to sit with the guitar properly. And if that's the case, don't feel bad. It's not your fault. A lot of method books get this wrong. So I came up with a PDF guide. It's a single page, very simple steps. You can get the link in the description below. And a lot of my students have felt relief from this pain. They've found ease in their playing immediately after implementing these steps. So download the guide. I promise it'll change the way you play. So as you've probably heard by now, there's this completely AI-generated band called the Velvet Sundown. Everything about them, the pictures, the music, all of it, completely generated by AI. And as of the recording of this video, they had about 1.3 million followers on Spotify, and they did that in only about a month after their album's release. So I know a lot of other YouTubers have expressed their opinion on this subject. To be honest, I haven't watched any of those videos. I think I have a pretty good idea of what they're going to say about it. And I think my perspective is somewhat unique. So here we go. So let's start with what I like about the song Dust on the Wind. And before we get into that, let me just point out that everything that I'm about to say is subjective. It has to do with what I like and what I expect to hear in a song, rather than objective rules that I think need to be followed. This is just my opinion. Take it or leave it. Maybe you get something out of it, maybe you don't. Number one, it actually sounds almost more human than a lot of the recordings that I've heard in recent years. And by recent years, I mean in like the last 10 or 15 years. Part of that has to do with just the opening solo guitar intro. It's playing very freely with the time. It's super obvious that it's not cut to a click track. In classical music, we'd say this is a very rubato performance. It's very free with the time. This flexibility in time is one of the biggest casualties in the production of modern music, in my opinion. Yes, as a producer, I totally get that recording to a click and, if necessary, cutting everything to the grid makes a lot of production techniques easier. But there's a lot of emotional impact that can be brought into a song by simply slowing down ever so slightly before picking the tempo back up in the chorus, or ending the song with a retard. So I actually find it really cool that these techniques are used in this AI-generated song. The second thing I like about this song is actually the vocal. Not necessarily because of the quality of it, but because there are a few spots in the melody where the artificial singer is flat. It's actually a little refreshing to hear a vocalist, albeit an artificial one at this point, whose performance isn't pitch corrected to within an inch of its life. There are also some vocal harmonies at the beginning of the song that are not in perfect sync with the lead. They hang over a little longer, or they cut off a little early. And that is a quality of early production. And speaking of early production, I actually thought it was kind of a nice touch to leave the tape hiss in the recording. So let's get into the criticism of the song and the things that I don't like. So the first thing I think needs work in this song is the lyrics. There are just too many mixed metaphors that go nowhere and don't really make any sense. I mean, seriously, what does dust on the wind even mean in this song? Take the similarly titled Dust in the Wind by Kansas, and they're using that metaphor to describe how quickly things fly away from us and disappear, like dust in the wind. And every verse supports that metaphor. I don't really see the same thing happening here in this song. And seriously, what the fuck does it mean to let that flag turn with the tide? Flags turn with the wind, and that would have been a great opportunity to tie the metaphor into the title, but that would have messed up the rhyme scheme. There's also another line in the song about let the song fight till the end. I don't even know what that means. Now again, Plenty of artists have used lyrics like that throughout history, and some of those songs have been very popular. I'm not a big fan of it. If you're going to use a metaphor, illustrate the metaphor and don't keep mixing them all up. That's my preference. After the lyrics, I think the arrangement could use a little bit of work. My biggest problem with the song is that after every chorus, the song basically stops. Any momentum that is built up during the chorus is completely dissipated by the end. Then the song starts over again for the second verse into the second chorus, and then it stops. When the song finally does come to an end, you almost are expecting another verse to come in. Now, of course, this is the kind of thing that any human artist could choose to do as well. For me, it's a little less satisfying to have the song interrupted so many times. Now, getting back to the vocals for a minute, there's a nice harmony at the beginning of the song that never comes back, and I kind of wished it would. So this whole situation brings up a few questions to me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it as well. The first question that comes to my mind is, why is this song popular? Is it popular because it's good, or is it popular because it's a novelty? The next question is, what does this say about the preferences of an audience? I mean, remember, an audience just wants to be entertained. They want to feel good by the end of a song. So we musicians, we creators of music, tend to put a lot of weight and a lot of emphasis on our work and the process and how it all comes together. But an audience just wants to feel good. Maybe they want a message they can get behind, but at the end of the day, they just want to be entertained. So what does their enjoyment of this song say about that audience? So the last question really is, what can we as music creators learn from this whole experience? Here we have an artificially created song, an AI song that has brought back some of the qualities of music that have gotten lost in the digital age, and in about a month's time has shown some real popularity. Is it possible that maybe we musicians need to take a step back from our technology and actually bring those human qualities back into music? Should we return to a music production standpoint where we are simply capturing the best performance we can capture? I don't know the answer to that just yet, but it's fascinating to see this unfold. So leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. In the meantime, be sure to pick up your free guide on how to sit with the guitar. I promise it will change the way you play. The link is in the description. If you'd like to support the channel, you can also pick up a copy of my album, Persistence of Vision. It's a hard rock record that's got Joe Satriani-like instrumentals, story-driven songs, a lot of great riffs. It's everything that I love about rock and roll. So, in the meantime, keep practicing. I'll see you in the next video.